Okay, interesting podcast. All right, I'll go to the next one. So this is
Oh,
90,
we all know about this one, man.
yeah, this is 97.
Even though we
Controversial.
stopped, not stopped, but we just started watching wrestling at this time because new cable connection we had all got at this time, and wrestling used to come on, I think, Star Sports at this time. Not sure, but
Yeah, I used to get it on
this
VHS tapes.
I
And
also used to get it.
I have the
VHS
action
tapes.
figure also from
Huh.
97, which is exactly matching what he's wearing right now on screen.
But you won't believe, Abhishek. We have seen Hitman is one of the characters, but there was also there was certain character like Papa Shango, Yokozuna, and
Hmm.
I remember, man, trump cards.
Trump.
Yeah.
So you must have played Trump cards. So they used to be those kind of characters.
Yeah.
There was one character, someone who was a Joker, Doink the
Hmm.
Clown.
Yeah, Doink.
Doink,
Yeah, I
Doink the
had
Clown.
WrestleMania, the cartridge which fits into Sega Mega Drive, and usme, I mean, used to have all of these wrestlers: Shawn Michaels with a super kick, Undertaker
Shawn
with his choke
Michaels.
slam,
Huh.
Bret Hart with a sharpshooter, Doink the Clown with his
Yeah.
slam on with his two legs.
And he used to come with a mini clown
He
as
used to
well.
come with a mini clown, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
I recall.
Correct.
And for some reason, I'm like always scared of clowns, except the McDonald's wala. He doesn't look scary.
Hmm.
Oh.
But
Oh,
yeah,
then you should see
Doink.
the movie It. That's a
Yeah,
very
of course. I've not seen it till
Oh, you-
date, just because of that reason. By
see
the
We
way,
will not
and
see it.
see 1 and 2. And one of my favorite times which never reappeared was WWF in your house.
oh yes,
So they used to have an
Oh.
event.
they had this show at
Huh.
that time,
They used
right?
to have
Yes.
an event, and then they used to have all the folks who used to be in the attendees, and they used to give them a house free of cost. What Mr. Beast does now, they used to do
Are you
that time.
serious?
Yeah,
House.
yeah,
But
something like that.
Salman, in the house was done also in the backyard, na?
Backyard.
No.
Backyard was just promos, but WWE,
But-
WWF in your house,
Huh.
it was never a big stadium.
It
per
was never a
se.
big stadium. It was a
It was
small.
that show was never a big stadium. And they
There
used
was
to
like
always
complex of houses, and they used to
Huh.
have this ring inside, and people, sitting in the balconies and chairs, and kind of comfortable sitting, and they used to have this wrestling.
In your house. I mean, and then
I
Bret
don't think
Hart,
they would be giving out houses, man. Like
there was something like that. There was a promotion. They used to do something of that sort.
maybe a lucky draw or something, because too many people in the audience would be getting free houses, and
See, it was saying they would offer two. No, there was a concept because that's what people used to get crazy for. I want it and all that stuff.
interesting.
Where right now the WWE is doing promotion for their army people. They do, they have gone to Afghanistan and all those places. They have
Yeah.
done, for the army, they do events. So WWE takes their wrestlers, female wrestlers, male wrestlers. They did this crown jewel in Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
where if there are female wrestlers, they need to wear the full attire, all the
What?
clothes.
Yeah, so that is just complying with the
Huh.
rules, I think.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's
And
basically
because
complying the
they are
rules,
a
but yeah.
big-
So I think if they
Yes.
do a show in Gujarat, they'll have to wear ghagra choli then.
Yeah, and then have to eat theplas and all that that's not good protein.
Okay, so we are only
Yes.
allowed 2 poor jokes in a cast. So let's proceed with
Okay.
our, Montreal.
All right, let's get back to Montreal. So very, very similar to what Punk was going through with his belt and him moving out
Yeah.
of WWF,
Out
This
of
is-
contract, right?
out of contract. And
Yeah.
Hitman had the belt, and we'll see what happens.
So in a way, we are both inclined towards the similar sort of storylines because
Yeah.
one is best in the world and one is the greatest of all time, right? Or
And
what was the
both had
tagline for him?
somehow they had the same personality in a way. Of course, he's the
Yeah, yeah.
more perfectionist and the skilled guy, and
And
he
even in
made
the looks department.
Stone Cold with that
Yeah.
legendary match, which is made black and white later on.
Yeah, because of the blood,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
But these guys with their
But he was
Iron Man,
quite technical. He
very
was
most
quite
technical.
technical.
That is
Very,
what I
very
really liked.
technical.
Shawn
Owen
Michaels,
Hart
Bret
with
Hart.
him
As a fan
and
watching
that
this, I had
British
no idea what was
Bulldog.
going on.
Yeah.
They had this
The entire
charisma.
Hart family is there, na?
Yeah.
There's entire Hart family, yes.
Yeah. The Hart Dynasty.
Yeah.
As a fan, it kind of blended the
Okay, so his tagline was the best there was, the best there is, and the
Best
best
there
there
ever will be.
ever will be.
Yeah.
And CM Punk is what is it?
I remember
forgot.
watching this.
He calls him the best in the world.
Best in the world. So it's similar.
I was as
We both like ambitious wrestlers.
And is Punk? I don't know if it's he's Chicago made. He's not Canadian. I thought so.
Yeah. This guy is Canadian. He's
Yeah.
American.
Chris Jericho is Canadian.
Yeah. Even Jericho is amazing, by the way.
Chris
Like,
Jericho.
longevity
and
of a
He's
career.
also a singer, you know, na?
Yeah,
he's
he's
part of his
He's
band.
also
They do all that.
a rock
Fozzy.
band.
yeah, Fozzy.
So I had
Yes.
seen a lot of their their household where his dad used to do. They used to have this dungeon, and how he trained all his family under that dungeon, and strict training and regime and whatnot, and where Bret Hart was born. So those ethics and then all that, that is what I really liked. Michaels, my brother liked, and Michaels had this, kind of show-offy anti-hero mode at that time.
But he was always a ladies' guy, na? Actually, Shawn
Of
Michaels,
course.
like, that ladies would
He-
love him,
Correct.
and like that.
Yeah, so I
long
think
hairs, kind of
anti-hero
sweet
is like the
talker.
perfect way to sum up Shawn Michaels at that time because he was involved with D-Generation X, which was like,
Which is
Notorious.
much very, very close after this.
yeah.
kind of-
So that was the WWE version of NWO at that time because that was in response to NWO that,
Yeah.
you know,
Then they invaded both of their camps. They went in with these tanks and jeeps and
But that
Yeah.
actually happened, na? That
that
actually happened.
That actually happened.
That actually happened.
Shawn Michaels, Triple H, they took that small jeep, and they were actually there was a show live going on, and they were standing outside saying that, okay,
outside the
please come out.
stadium and
There's full camera people doing the recording, and then they
Correct.
showed it. And full controversy was there, huh? full controversy. But they loved it, that
And-
kind of controversy, something.
And that is what we love to see, that okay, wow,
Yeah.
this is happening and this is sensational. Have you seen that? I mean, we do that with Game of Thrones. Oh, last episode, you know what? This guy got killed. Oh, that dragon got killed. And are you kidding me? That was spoiler. So similarly,
yeah.
this is be like, have you seen that VHS in that tape? This raw,
Yeah.
this
So-
they did that. Oh,
Yeah. So I remember talking about on the previous stream as well. So I used to genuinely, steal money from my parents' wallets and go to the internet cafe just to watch wrestling results. Just to
told
watch,
us last time.
Like, yeah. So this is
Yes.
actually facts because next day I knew that a lot of people would be discussing this at school. So I used to go and just check out whatever was going to happen on the next Raw or maybe the next pay-per-view. I think pay-per-view was on a Sunday night, so it wasn't feasible. But yeah, for Raw and SmackDown, I used to go after that day, like when it got over in the evening, and then I used to, carry spoilers.
So we can say it's
That
like,
was-
leaking the results out early.
Yeah. And it did not air in India for another 3 or 4 days, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
The
we had that
telecast used
buffer
to take time.
Telecast will come,
Yeah.
then edits will happen, censors will
Yeah.
happen, and then what you get is a very smaller version of what the actual release was, what got aired. And then
Yeah.
this was also most of the match finished up right away.
Yeah.
This one pinned him. The referee goes and rings the bell, and then now you see his face. He's like, "Hang on, this match was scripted to go a bit more further." he was supposed to pin Michaels, but Michaels
Yeah.
quickly pinned him, which was
shocked
what
as Bret the Hitman
this
Hart
guy
was.
told him.
But
Vince.
I was not quite as upset.
Yeah.
As things
So
unfolded,
he was supposed to
and
actually.
He wasn't basically told the ending of
Yeah.
the match correctly.
Correct. He starts
So-
spitting on
Yeah.
Vince.
You saw Bret Hart go to town. He destroyed the set.
But
he was spitting in the air.
you know, don't you think it's possible that again all of this was scripted as well?
But Bret Hart shifted overnight,
I would have done whatever I had
and he
to.
was the
WCW, right?
hardcore
I can't go on
leader
either side of that.
and
I take care
the
of
good
myself,
guy,
and that's all.
Yeah, he was a top guy.
top guy,
was a top
and the
guy.
good guy who never went away. If like you say CM Punk, right, who goes off grid and sometimes disrespects. He never did that. But post this moment, he hated Vince by heart. When he went backstage,
See, he says
No,
WCW.
he's painting
Huh.
that picture that he's
Yeah,
moving there.
WCW.
So,
he's doing that.
so see, it makes sense for Vince to screw him at this point, right? Because he's going to the most the biggest competition that they've ever had. And sometimes WCW was at that time was considered better.
Yeah,
was
the
considered
ratings
better.
were better.
Correct.
Ratings
Certain
were
weeks, yeah,
better.
ratings were better. Yes.
I
The
had
overall product was better. I don't know
I-
why they call it product. As a result, I've also started calling it a product.
There were two people behind WCW. One was Eric Russo, and the second guy was Eric Bischoff.
Eric
So
Bischoff.
these,
Yeah,
Eric
Eric Bischoff, I
Bischoff and
remember.
Vince Russo were the two people, those who were behind WCW. So this entire New World Order concept, and that Rey Mysterio Jr. and then Sting coming into picture, and again the Wolf Pack which they created.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
was all their brainchild.
Actually, it
They
was
were
a
quite
very
good.
messed up storyline. But yeah,
Ah.
these characters were epic.
But there was one thing which was very constant in that WCW. If you have seen the
people
last
coming
match,
out and beating
Ha.
up. Yeah.
Ha. every
Yeah,
last
so-
match, it used to happen. Every last match.
NW used to come out and beat up
Yes.
whoever was
NWO
fighting.
comes, and then Wolfpack
Yeah.
comes. Like Kevin Nash and Rey Mysterio, all those people. Sting will come, and the entire that stage goes dark. Suddenly, Sting is going to come with his that baseball bat in his
and
hand, and then hit people, and then
yeah. So
typical. It was
So
very,
there
very
were
typical.
two factions which were created
Yes.
out of NWO. Like people used to join and leave and then join the opposite side. I think that was how it went about. So one was, this legendary Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and I think the third one was Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan,
Right?
yes.
Yeah, and the other side was Sting, and who else was with Sting? One was I
Sting
think
was there, Rey Mysterio was there, and then Lex Luger had joined, if I'm not wrong. Lex Luger was there. And then Kevin Nash from NWO came to this side,
Wolfpack.
Wolfpack. He came to
Okay.
Wolfpack. And then there was one more guy from
So
Mexico.
Giant used to also join them occasionally and then switch sides, and then there was utter chaos. So that story was always work in progress, and they used to shift it all the time. And I think even this guy Bret Hart also joined at some point,
Huh.
or he was against
the NWO was
the
quite bigger.
NWO.
The NWO was quite bigger in terms of numbers. They had got too many guys. So
That-
every belt was with them. The tag team belt was with them. The Intercontinental Champion, the US Champion, all the champions were basically in NWO.
Same
And
thing
rest
is
of the
with-
guys were like this,
Yeah,
into a
same-
Wolfpack, yeah.
Same thing is with Bloodline nowadays in WWE.
Bloodline,
if you're
yeah.
following.
Yes.
I just
That-
follow at times when something interesting happens. But
But you won't believe that Roman Reigns, this guy, is champion for past 2 years now.
Yeah,
2
it's
years.
become very boring, man.
I'm just
And
saying,
that character by
Huh.
itself is very boring for me because he
Our
has those
chief,
4
head of
5
the table,
yeah,
and
he has 4
you
or
know
5
now what
moves.
he's told. You know now what he's
Yeah.
told to WWE now. I'm not going to be there for every event. I'm going to
Like
be
Brock.
only coming for few events. Yeah, and so that's it.
He started getting
increase
movies,
on-
right?
Yeah, starting
So-
getting movies, and now he's like
Yeah, so
the
it's
champ and
going downhill, man.
doesn't wrestle so much now.
Yeah,
So
it's
he's-
like
huh.
so basically he's trying to say that I've beaten everyone. So I don't really need to wrestle every week, your like other wrestlers which come in day in, day out. So it's not like
He's now trying to become
important
something
forever.
like Brock Lesnar was earlier. You
He's
know,
actually
only you
trying
will
to
kind of,
become something bigger than Brock Lesnar, which is
Yeah.
like, a statement in itself, because, he has beaten the Undertaker also, which, only Brock Lesnar other than him has done.
only two guys.
But
Yeah,
that
only 2 guys.
Brock Lesnar beats
Was
Undertaker
the
is
first time.
believable match, and Roman Reigns, it was like, why?
Very meh.
I mean, why? Why?
Yeah,
Why would he
it's
do? Why would
just
he do that?
bad decisions. Like, firstly, Undertaker should not come out of retirement when
Right.
the streak is broken.
Huh.
But whenever they are into like a hectic schedule and people are not there, injured, and their top stars are not there, they call him back. Same with Goldberg, same with Sting. Like, Sting has now permanently shifted to AEW. But this is what they were doing at that time. Like, we
You
don't
know
have
now who
wrestlers
else
for
shifted to AEW?
Saudi
Even the
Arabia.
Big Show. The Big Show,
Yeah,
that guy.
Big Show is like full-time commentary now.
AEW, Mark
doesn't-
Henry.
He
Mark
doesn't
Henry
wrestle.
also good.
Big
doesn't
Show
wrestle.
Big Show's doing kids TV shows now.
He did actually. He
Yeah,
did
so
he sitcom.
part-time
Yeah.
AEW, like he's backstage and he does commentary, but I've not seen him wrestle over there.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't wrestled yet.
Okay.
But he's there
So-
on the roster.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So So can we just look at the pin that he does, like in this video, and then we'll move to the next one.
This one.
Yeah. I just want to see the pin, the way he loses it.
This match was a long journey in itself. Took 18 months.
It's like a quick pin, right?
He
1,
very-
2, 3 and done.
Very
Smart money is that you will
Eric
Like a
Bischoff,
special
he
guest
got
referee
famous
was
because
doing.
of this.
Yeah.
Story that unfolded, the rivalry between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. As a fan watching this, I had no idea what was going on as it was happening.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me. Michael
This is what beats him.
beat Bret Hart
Yep.
with a sharp shot.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Watching
Show
it go
that.
down, and as a fan, you it kind of blended the lines of reality and who was the winner, and everyone was confused.
Are you kidding me?
And he just pulls his leg for unlocking it, and
I remember watching this personally, saying, I don't think I saw him taps.
Yeah. So he was confused.
Bad.
then he gave a
Yeah.
punch to Vince McMahon. He got knocked out. He had written in his book.
Yeah, they should have
crazy.
done a special guest referee saying that the referee has credibility issues, because this was a genuine referee who was doing this.
This referee's name is Earl Hebner.
Earl
Yeah,
Hebner. Earl
he's a
Hebner.
Yeah, Earl
genuine,
Hebner,
and he's
huh,
one of the
yeah.
longest serving.
One of the longest.
yeah.
But then he got fired later. They fired him.
And then he
Again,
was
there was
brought
some
back.
theme going on. There was some theme going on. You fire people, and then suddenly the referee will come back and
Yeah.
have 1, 2, 3, and then he's a new winner, and so the storyline and plot line
It
is always
should have been
there,
a special guest referee to make it believable. This was like
Correct.
bad. I think it was done purposely so that Bret leaves on a sour note. Yeah.
Sad, but true.
So
Okay, interesting.